today. I don't know if I'm on, but I'm working on it. So hopefully we are on air live. If you're here, thank you for joining me. If you're not, that's okay. I'm a new channel. I haven't been on here for a while, so this is like, surprise! I'm here. And I want to say hello and welcome to everybody. This will be my very first live and my very first giveaway on this channel. God bless you and thank you for being here. I hope that we have an extraordinary time, and hopefully some folks will see this and join me. If not, that's okay, because the point of today is to say hello in person and to give away what I promised. Now, initially I said I was going to give a Bible away at 50, but then I ended up doing a video showing a different book. Let me just show you. It is a Bible journal instead, but don't fear, because it's been so long. I think I'm going to do 2 giveaways, because I did promise a Bible. I'm going to uphold that promise. So I'm going to pick 2 winners today. One for this, and if anybody comes in, we'll do a live drawing. I don't know, maybe. It depends. I may just pull the names out of the box that participated. I don't have the ability to do a full subscriber. I don't know how to do it on my phone like you guys do it at home on your computers. And so therefore I am just going to do it here. But I've got several Bibles to choose from. I've got this purple one. I've got this, and then they're all King James versions. This is a compact Bible. Let's just see. Words in Christ are in red, double column format, reader friendly subheadings, presentation page, thematic scripture verse finder, 1-year Bible reading plan. Cover can be personalized. It says Lux. Oh, the plastic's in my way. Lux lethal lay flat binding. Oh, leather. Lethal lay. I can't see very well, so I do apologize. My eyes are blurry. That's why I haven't read in a while. I've been having trouble with my eyes. Gilded edge pages, ribbon marker, and 7-point type. And you can see that this is a purple one and it's unopened. I would open it, but I'm not going to, because I want them to receive it. Oops, I forgot to take the price off. Anyways, yeah, they run about that, and I pay full price. I get these at the truck stops, so it's on there. This one came with a plastic packaging, so this one's got a silver gilded lining. I have this pink one that is open already. I mean, it came this way. It didn't come with any plastic. This is also a King James version, large print, compact Bible. It's got beautiful, I don't know if I can pull this out. Let's see, it might not let me. Let me see. Nope, it'll pull out. It's a gorgeous pink Bible, and I think you would love it as well. I mean, you can just see the leather work on that. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. And it also has, looks like it's been a little damaged, but I guess if you close it long enough, I don't know. It's in this truck, no telling what's happened to it. It's also a silver gilded Bible. Hi, Rosie. I'm doing good. Yes, it's been a while. It has been a while. Thank you so much for being here. Can you hear me okay? You can see everything okay? I'm coming in all right? I'm so glad you're here, and I hope others join us. I know this is a surprise live, and I wanted to finally give away the Bible and also the book. If you didn't comment on on the video that it belongs to, on the giveaway video, where you have to comment what it is that you liked about the first book that we read, Find Face to Face with Jesus. You won't be in this drawing, but it's open to anybody in this other drawing. And I'm trying to do the Bible one where, you know, we're here, so hopefully people show up. If not, we may have to hold off until we get an audience in here. Yes, just letting you know, my like button sometimes doesn't work. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here, because today I had a little bit of time and I wanted to come live for the first time, so I'm excited, super excited. I have not been reading because my eyes have been blurry. I've been having trouble with my diabetes, so they've been messing with my eyes quite a bit. So that's why I haven't been reading. And work keeps me so busy. But I'm going to go ahead and do a recap. I'm also showing the different Bibles that I have on hand as of right now. And it's going to be the winner's choice on the giveaway. This is a black one, in case there's any gentlemen that... You're welcome. If there's any gentlemen that come in, this is a basic plain Bible. But it's also in black, so, you know, the dudes can be confident that, you know, they don't have to feel, you know, frilly and, you know. Now, unfortunately for them, the giveaway on the notebook is definitely female, you know, driven. You love that purple one. I knew you would. I knew a lot of people would, and this pink one's gorgeous too. Unless they tell me they want it opened, I'm not going to open this, but you can kind of see there's print and leather work on this Bible. But it's also silver gilded too. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been a little rough. But I'm dealing. And with the Bible, depending on what people choose, there will be some magnets. I'll probably pull them out. I'm not going to give the whole pack, but I'll probably give a couple of magnets out of this pack. And then if it is a black Bible, or a guy style Bible, I took care of the guys too, if I can find them. Oh man, I thought I had everything here. It must have fallen out. I have some. Where are they? I know I have them. Well, I've got some bookmarks that match this, and you know, when my truck, it's an absolute terror right now. It's a mess. They were in this bag. I've got some bookmarks that will go with this and not be so frilly. I just hope I can find them. And I also have a little book light that would be cool to go with one of these giveaways as well. So I've got a few things. I got to find those. Where? I'm such a mess. It fell out of the bag somewhere. But I've got bookmarks that are black and white. They're pretty cool. So hopefully I can find them before I have to send it out if somebody wants the black one. But if not, I've got these for the purples and the pinks and the colored ones. So I think it'll be fun. So I think today, depending on how many people we get in, if we get anybody else in, I'll give away the Bible live. But this one's going to be based on the comments. I'm actually happy I got here first. I know it's being selfish, but I don't really get much one-on-one time with my favorite people. I know. I haven't been very much in the social realm, just working. I've been working too much, and when I'm not working, I'm trying to do some creations. And I have failed in reading because I can't see very well. So I thought, it's bad enough I'm a bad enough narrator. It'd be worse to try to narrate and be blind, because I've tried to do that and it's not easy. It's not easy. So I thought, you know what, I need to at least acknowledge the channel and let you guys know that I'm still here, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me, Rosie, and I sure hope we get more in, and if not, it'll be what it will be, and then maybe next time we can have people, you know, show up. So anyway, I want to go ahead and recap what's inside of here. I hope you put your comment in the video of what your favorite chapter was, Rosie, because I haven't looked. So I'm going to do that live. I was going to look at the comments. I was going to write the names down. I was going to put them in a box and shake them up. And that's how I'm going to do my giveaway. Vicky! Hi, Vicky. Thank you for joining me, sis. So glad you're here, too. Thank you. Yay! I was just showing Rosie and whoever else might be watching, I don't know, that I was giving away a Bible depending on the size of the audience that comes in today, because I want to do a live drawing when I give away one of these. So there's a purple one, there's the pink one, there's the black one for the dudes. I've got some black and white bookmarks. I don't know where they're at, I don't know where they went. And then I've got these bookmarks, and then I've got a light. So we'll just have to see what happens, what transpires as to how this giveaway goes. And then, of course, you know, some homemade bookmarks that are going to come. I'm just going to put them both in here. Whoever gets it is going to get both of them, because everybody was saying it didn't matter. But these are my homemade bookmarks with real flowers. These are my pressed flowers, and it was a lot of fun to make, but I was still quite a bit of a newbie in making them, so they're a little bit, you can personalize them back here. They're a little bit raw, but that's okay. I think they're cute still. That is awesome prize, Steph. I understand. I too have blurry vision. Oh yes, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. Love the bookmarks. Which one? The homemade ones, Vicky? I can't get it on there. Well, I'm just not that talented. It's really not that hard. There. Or the magnetic ones that are in the package. Yes, the homemade one. Thank you. Thank you. It's a compliment. I appreciate it. This little book journal, and it is thin. You can put your own Bible in here too, most likely. And, well, let's just see. I know it'll fit this one. Yeah, it'll still fit a Bible in there. So, you know, just zip it up. And if not, well, then that's just your own little journal. And you could probably, you know, upgrade these journals. Like do your own little twist on them. Like this right here with these study notes. You could do your own little Bible journaling in here if you wanted to. I think it's so cute. They came with these. They're not micron pens. They're called micro pens. But it came with it, so I'm not responsible if they work. If they don't, I haven't checked them. I hope they do. But it just, and I've had it for, what, a year now? Oh my gosh, a year. So it's a beautiful book, though. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love it. And I think that I've talked a bit about that. In a minute, I will go to my phone. I will look at the comments and see and write down all the names that commented on that. If you haven't, do it while I'm working. Do it while I'm still doing this. I will accept it. I don't care. But I wanted to talk to you about the next book I plan to read. Now, I was going to read 23 Minutes in Hell. But when the COVID-19 came about, this one just seemed more... This one seemed more important. Vicky, did you like your frame? Yes, I did a video on it, honey. I loved it, and thank you so much for that. Absolutely, I loved it. I just loved your book. Loved it. Loved all the snippets. That was so cool. You're so talented and brilliant with your creations and your creativity. I loved how you did that. But yeah, I did a video, so go back and watch it. But I was going to read the book, 23 Minutes in Hell. But I thought it might be better to... This one just seemed more in need. Because everybody's like running around and they're scared, and I have zero fear. Now, I have issues. I have health issues. I'm not one of these people that say I can't get it or I can't do it. I'm just in faith. that if I do get it, that he'll see me through it. And if not, it was my number. I'm just not going to worry about it. That's one thing that I learned in my life of fear. You're not going to stop. Everybody has a number. Everybody has a date. We don't know the date unless we take our own lives, which is a sin in itself. You don't want to do that. But I don't worry like a lot of people worry. I have people that I'm very close to that worry. And it drives me crazy because I'm like, you can't worry about what's going to happen. The Bible clearly says that, let the day be sufficient for the day. Tomorrow will take care of itself. And we're not supposed to worry at all. Just, in faith, that we're going to be taken care of. And yeah, doesn't mean you can't be, have precautions. It doesn't tell you to be stupid. I mean, I get it. I'm not going to be ignorant. I'm going to take some precautions, but I don't fear it. I don't fear it. And I think this was an appropriate book, Destroying Fear. Now, I have not read this. You're very brave. My husband is the same. I admire you for that. Oh, well, thanks. I mean, it's truly, not to degrade or look down at anybody. It's just who I am. And it's not brave. It's my faith. It's that I don't fear it. Jesus tells us that we are a spirit of love. That, because that is what we were created through him, an image of him, and he does not carry the spirit of fear. And if we're to be believers in that, then we don't carry the spirit of fear. Now, we're human. We're going to get scared. It happens. But we have to knock that right out and say, nope, I'm going to put my armor on. I'm going to put his word. He's in me. I'm in him. He lives in me. And, he carries my day. He carries me in whatever's happening to me. Even if I'm being tested, because some people think, oh, you're Christian and you're perfect and, nothing happens to you. No, we're the worst tested. We're tested more than the sinner. Come on. Really, he's going to sit there and push and say, do you love me? And are you sure? And are you going to, cast me out at the first break of fear? Or are you going to cast me out at the first trial and error? Are you going to cast me out when it gets tough? No, he didn't. And we're to carry our cross and walk like him. I'm not always so strong. I'm not. When I was in the hospital, I have a really interesting experience. To tell if you'd like to hear it. When I was in the hospital, I too have lots of faith, but I can't help but being a chicken. Well, that's okay. You know what? He knows that. He knows that we're a flesh. So, just keep strong and just remember, he put that armor on, Rosie. It's okay. I have problems. I have RA. I have, diabetes. I have my blurry eyes. I'm not immune to these things. And sometimes I get scared of, feeling the way I feel. I'm like, man, is this going to get worse? And am I not going to be able to handle it? And then I'm like, you know what? I got to push through it. No matter how much I hurt, and I hurt daily, it's okay. And I know you do too. And I know several people out there have these illnesses. But, I can't fear it. I just got to fight it, not fear it. But would you like to hear a quick, really strange story? I mean, this is Let's Talk, right? And this is the kind of platform that I love to talk about this kind of stuff. I had a strange experience in the hospital when I got sick. Would y'all like to hear that? A couple of yeses from you guys would be great. Because otherwise, I ain't going to bore you with it. Well, I don't think I'd bore you, but I might freak you out a little bit. But it's a true story. Yes, okay. All right, just three of us right now, so, you know what? I'm going to put you on mute. David's calling in for a break. Give me just a minute, guys, okay? Okay, I'm back. I'm here. Are y'all still here? Sorry about that. He didn't know I was going live, and I didn't tell him I was live, so I was doing a video, which I am doing a video. But he's kind of having a bad day, so I wanted to be there for him. Okay. So, Rosie says, Vicky, are you brave like Steph, or are you a chicken like me? Laugh out loud. Vicky says, I think so. I keep telling my daughter, when my time is up, it's up. It is. I mean, it is. Thank you for being here still. Okay, so I forget what I was saying. I thought that I have not read this book, but it's called Destroying Fear. However, I wouldn't read it if I didn't really know a little bit about this John Ramirez. Have you heard of John Ramirez? Oh, I was going to tell you a story, wasn't I? I remember now. Y'all wanted to hear the story. Okay, I'll try to make it quick. Me, quick. Yeah, okay. Okay, so long story short, as far as how I got into the hospital, I do have RA, and I do take shots for my rheumatoid arthritis. And the rheumatoid arthritis shots cause you to lose your immune system. Yes, about the hospital. And thank you. And so over time, I mean, I've been on it for, 8-10 years, but my eyes started going bad, and my eye doctor could not figure out what my problem was. And she still never did. I ended up telling her what it was. But we were at the brinks of coming into some major expensive therapies for my eyes. I mean, we were going to do these contacts that went over the whole eye. We were going to do some taking my blood, and they were going to clean it and swish it and then put that liquid back into my eyes as drops. I mean, it was all kinds of weird stuff that was getting ready to happen in my eyes. I mean, I was like going blind here. It was terrible. But in the end, it turned out that it was, in my humble opinion, and it makes the most sense to me, and I can tell it's my diabetes, which I didn't know I had. Okay, I didn't know I had them. And so that's what made my eyes go bad, along with I ended up with a nodule on my stomach, and I thought I'd been bitten by a spider, but I was out on the road. 5 days later, on my way home, I made an appointment to go to the doctor. By the time that I got to the doctor, it spread over my whole stomach, and it turned out that I was abscessed. I had an abscess that was infected, or filling up in my stomach. And it turns out it was much worse than what they thought. And they told me I wasn't septic, but I was. Or sepsis, I think is how they put it. And I actually was. So I went from my doctor appointment straight into the OR. He was like, hi doc, I got a spider bite, it's spread. And she's like, oh no honey, you have an abscess and you're going to OR right now. What? That was quite a shock for me. So what should have been a recovery of 2 days turned into a 19-day in the hospital. That was unprecedented and uncalled for, honestly. It should have never gone the way it went. And it was that was pretty scary. But let me tell you what happened. Okay, so I got in the OR, and immediately when they started injecting the stuff that puts you to sleep, I can't even think. You know what I'm talking about. Say it. I can't talk. I got adrenaline in my head for some reason. I know it's not that. What is it? Text me, please. My brain is just gone. When they put you out, it's just that simple. They put me out. Before they did, though, I noticed that I was having a reaction to one of the medicines, and man, I was itching my head so bad, and I was like scratching my body. I'm like, okay, I can't stand, my body's on fire from itching. I need to scratch. And they said, that's okay, you'll be out in 2 seconds, and I was. I don't remember anything. But when I woke up, I was still itchy. And they said, oh, that's just, you must have had some sort of reaction to that. I said, okay, fine. Well, by that, David stayed with me that night, and at that time, unfortunately, my stepdad was at home, with hospice care, and my mom couldn't come visit me because her husband was on his deathbed. So it was quite a terrible situation and bad timing. And at that time, I think my mom came to the initial of me waking up, but then that was it. Maybe twice in the whole 19 days did she get a chance to come see me, and my sister as well. And because we were dealing with dogs and puppies and all kinds of stuff at the same time, David also was limited to how much he came. So I was pretty much in the hospital 19 days by myself. And that doesn't, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad or look bad. It's just the way it was. You know, sometimes you just can't help how things happen. And, but again, I'm okay. I was okay with that. My mom had so much to deal with. I would have rather been there with her and helping her with her husband, my stepdad, and it just wasn't going to happen. So, you know, she felt terrible, and I'm like trying to convince her, no, don't feel bad. You got to do what you got to do. Well, that, after I woke up, everything was fine, and I believe I was still pretty groggy. I think it was, that evening, I started kind of fading out. And the only people that were in that room was me and David. And, because everybody else had left. And, I think it was just my sister and her boyfriend at the time that came in at that time. And so me and David were in the room, and he stayed the night with me. But as I was falling out, it was so strange. Oh my goodness. I can't do anything. My mother's calling me. You know, let me just catch this. I'll be right back. Maybe. Mama! I am live on my Let's Talk channel right now. Are you okay? Everything okay? Really? Oh, wow. Wow. Well, how are you supposed to know? You don't know all the rules. Okay. Well, I will call you back when I'm done, if that's okay. Nah, darn them all. Stupid COVID. It's ruining everything. I love you, Mom. You be safe. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye. All right, I'm here. Are you still with me, or did I put you to sleep? Anyway, so David and I were the only ones in the room, and I started falling out. And when I did, I went into what I guess would be like a dream or a vision or something. I don't know. My dreams, listen, if you don't know me, I have a lot of dreams and visions. It's insane, but I do. And this one, okay, good. Thank you, Rosie. Vicky, I hope you're still here too. I started falling out, and I went into, I guess, a started falling asleep. But I was, in my dream, I was totally awake, and I started itching. I mean, it was like I was awake. I didn't even know I was asleep. We'll just put it that way. And I'm sitting up in the bed, you know, and I've got that table over me. You know how you've been in the hospital before, I'm sure somebody has. And you got that table over, you got all your junk on top. And all of a sudden, I got this itch right on my right thigh, right on the inner right thigh. And I'm just scratching. I'm like, what in the world? It was so scratchy and itchy. And I moved that table, and I threw my blankets over, and I saw that on the right inner part of my thigh where I was itching, it wasn't just that, my whole leg, oh my gosh, it was so creepy. My whole leg was like dry, like crusty dry, like dried up skin on a bone. There was no meat. It was just flat skin on my bone, and it was red, and it was itchy. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. You've had them experiences. And I freaked out, and I woke up because I was like, you know. I looked down into my leg. There's just bone and skin and dry and itchy. And I was just like, I couldn't believe what I saw. And I woke up, you know. I jumped up, you know. And I was like, and David's like, are you okay? And I'm like, catching my breath. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Because I don't like to freak him out, because he freaks out. He's a chicken too. He's a chicken too. So I freaked out, and I was like, okay, that's just weird. Why would I dream something like that? Oh my gosh, maybe it was the drugs. I don't know. But I always have dreams and visions, and I've had things that have actually come true. So I don't overlook what happens to me. However, for me, it was just weird, and I figured it was the coming out of the anesthesia. There's the word, anesthesia. And that's all I thought about it. Well, David had to, I guess he stayed that night and the next morning. Okay, so the next morning comes about. Now, this was what was even more weird, okay? This was all in the same 24-hour period. So by the next morning, I was asleep in bed. He had stayed the night with me. It was dark in the room. And I had my eyes closed because I was sleeping, but I heard him get up from his chair. I heard him get up from his chair. I heard him walk around the bed, and I heard him come to my side of watching, talking about, what you talking about, Willis? Yeah, I know, right? And he walked over to the side of my bed, and he knelt down to what I thought he was going to kiss me on the forehead or something. And instead of getting a kiss, I felt teeth. I felt somebody's hot breath and teeth over my face. I felt the teeth like grab right where my nose and my eye was, like it was like covering half of my face. Okay, and I freaked out because I was thinking David got up, walked around, came over, bent over, and was going to kiss me on the forehead. Instead, I get this hot breath, and it's over my face, like half of my face, and I feel teeth literally on my nose. And I opened my eyes and freaked out. I was just like, and David wakes up, and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I looked at him because I couldn't believe that he was sitting over there, and I couldn't believe it wasn't him that I saw, because when I opened my eyes, and this is no joke, I'm not lying, may God strike me dead right at this moment, I opened my eyes and I saw a figure standing over me. He had lifted his head. His mouth was like wide open, like snake, just unlocked his jaws. And he was white. He was wearing a black, he just looked like a black shadow, but his neck was long and white, and his head was long, and his mouth was open, and he had leaned back, and like a creature in a scary movie was like, like he was sucking my breath out of my body. That's what it looked like he had been sucking my breath. That's the best way that I can describe it. Is that's how it looked. And I opened my eyes, and when I blinked my eyes, he was gone. And I looked over at David, and he's like, you okay, babe? And I'm trying to keep my composure. I didn't scream. I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, ooh, yeah. And I'm like, that was scary, okay? So I get scared, but that was scary. And that was my first 24 hours in the hospital. And I'm like, wow, what a crazy, crazy couple of dreams. But it felt so real. And I was feeling my face. I'm like, honey, did you just get up and come over on my side? He goes, honey, no, I'm sleeping. And he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm all right. You sure you didn't get up? You sure you didn't get up? Okay. Well, yes. I don't think it was the anesthesia, because let me tell you what happened, Rosie. Again, I have dreams sometimes that I feel like give me warnings. I'm not saying I'm a psychic, because I'd never claim that. I just know that I'm gifted with, sometimes I get dreams, and sometimes it takes years for me to get the answer to those dreams, but I get them most times. Not all the time, but most times. Or sometimes. I should say sometimes, not most times. And I don't believe it was the anesthesia. I believe that I was being warned that I was getting sick. I believe that was a demon that come into my room and was trying to take my life. And here's what happened. I was fighting for my life. Nobody knew that because I didn't make it public. I didn't want people to freak. I had family that was going through a hard time with my stepdad dying. We just lost my dad a year before that. I wasn't going to freak my family. I wasn't going to freak my friends out. I wasn't going to, I wasn't looking for anything other than just solitude and understanding and calmness and prayer. I mean, that's, I just didn't know what was happening. Okay, so within that 24 to 48, I was great that first day. So those were weird dreams. By the second day, because they made me walk the first day, but by the second day, I felt awful. I mean, just awful. Sick. I started feeling sick. But before I felt sick, here's the catcher. My right inner thigh started itching out of nowhere. And I looked down and it was solid red. I was breaking out. Now, I must have been having some sort of reaction to some of the medicines. I must have been, because it was breaking out. And then I told the doctors and the nurses, and they were just like, well, we'll just give you this pill. Oh, we'll just give you that pill. Oh, we'll just see how it goes. I don't really see anything. It's not that bad. They kept saying it wasn't that bad. And mind you, I am now by myself because David had to go home. And he only stopped in after work, for a couple of hours when he could. And it wasn't every day. So these people started seeing me. At first I was okay. They were being normal. The nurses were, always good. But it was the doctors that just seemed really like whatever. And they were like, I don't see anything. I'm telling you, I've got a rash. Next thing I know, my neck's breaking out. My chest is breaking out. I'm breaking out in all these red bumps, and it was just so horrible. And I'm just like, this is not cool, Why am I itchy? And finally, it took like the third day for them to see it. And they're like, okay, well, let's get you some of this lotion. And they finally got me some anti-itch lotion, which did help. But I believe it was a precursor to what was really happening to my body, which I didn't know at the time. Mind you, I had an abscess that took over an hour for them to get rid of, which they thought it would only be like a 20-minute thing. But it was so infested that it was bad. And nobody told me my blood was sepsis, because at that time they were saying it wasn't. Okay? Well, they were pumping vancomycin into me, like strong antibiotic vancomycin. Vancomycin is known to destroy the veins and to take out any infections. And I didn't know that they were doing that. I just knew they told me I was on vancomycin. It was a heavy antibiotic, and it was going to help clear my system because what I had was very significant. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was a simple thing when I went under. When I come out, it's all this bad stuff. And so what they weren't telling me is that my blood was sepsis. They never told me that until it got bad. And what happened within 48 hours, that thing that I saw that was sucking the life out of me truly, really was there. In my heart and my soul, I believe that, because I fell ill through the vancomycin. They started poisoning my body. Not only was my blood sepsis, but they were killing my kidneys. And they overdid it. And they would never admit to overdoing it. And to this day, I have yet to receive a bill from them. Yeah, it was weird, man. It was weird. And my body, it took them 19 days to get me to a safe place to say you can go home. 19 days. That was, and by the end of that 19 days and not having visitors, other than the nurses, and I couldn't eat. At that point, my liver was messing up. My kidneys were messing up. They had me on different diets. I didn't know I was a diabetic, so they had me on sugar diets. They had me on liver diets. They had me on kidney diets. They had me on all these kinds of stuff, and I couldn't eat a bit of it. I didn't eat practically for 19 days. I practically didn't eat. I could eat fruit. Food made me I couldn't keep it down. We'll just put it in a nice way. I couldn't keep the food down, and the smell of it alone made me go. I couldn't hold it. Even the smell of food, I could not do it. Unless it was fruit or cold, I could not do it. So I lived off popsicles and grapes and oranges and apples for 19 days, and barely even that. And so I lost like 30 pounds. I lost 30 pounds. So it was kind of nice to lose the weight, but it was a terrible way to do it. And and let's see, oh my Lord God, and is always there with you, my friend. Amen. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But you know, I want to tell you something, a precursor to all this, okay? I have a lot of precursors. One day, not long before I got sick in my truck, I was praying to the Lord, and I was saying, Lord, I said, I want to be better. I want to do your will. I want to do your will, but I'm so worried about my family's, why can't I think? Why can't I speak? Lord, give me the words now. I was worrying about my family's salvation, okay? I was worrying about their salvation, their soul, I don't want nobody going to hell. I don't want nobody, you know, not loving God the way we're supposed to keep that from happening, to really believe and to really have faith. And, you know, and I was focusing on, you know, different people that I knew, particular people, and I started crying, and I'm like, you know, Lord, I'm begging you just to please help them, and not that they're bad and they're believers, but I wanted them to be stronger, you know, and I want my family, I want these people, and you know, please, you know, be with them. And as I'm crying, I hear this thought that goes through my head, and I know it's the Lord speaking through my soul, through my spirit, and I hear this, and I'm kidding you not. It says, what makes you think it's not you? What? Wait a minute, wait, stop. I heard the music scrape, okay? The record just scraped, and wait, what? What makes you think it's not you? Are you so self-righteous? You think you're so good? You think you're safe? You know, what is it? Yeah, what? No? No? OMG. When you have things that come to you like that, I don't think it's you that's thinking it. I mean, it was a question. It was a question that came into my mind. And what makes you think it's not you? Yeah, maybe no, because you know, not all who says Lord, Lord comes to the kingdom of heaven. Okay? That is very clear in the Bible. So I'm like, okay, what am I missing here? What am I missing here? What am I missing here? So it wasn't but maybe a week later that all this happened. Maybe 2 weeks at most. I can't really remember. It's a little vague. But if that's not telling you something, that you're not being warned about something, you have dreams like that, there you go. See, I believe, you know, and the Lord says, you know, particularly in the Revelation, your old men will dream dreams, your young men will have visions, your maidservants and men servants will have dreams and visions. And I believe I get a lot of warning signs, and whether we pay attention to them or not is the key. Well, it didn't dawn on me. I got that big rash, and it was maybe 2-3 days later that it hit me. Oh my gosh. I had that vision of my leg being so itchy, and it started right where the dream was, right on that same leg. And I had that crusty, you know, skin and bone dream. It was just freaky. And then it was the very following morning that this thing was sucking the life out of me, and here I am now fighting for my life. Literally, I was fighting for my life. And I tried, you know, Vicky, you know, tried to keep in contact with me, and she was there. Bless her heart. Vicky was there. She called me at one point, and she didn't know how bad it was until the day that she called, and I was in the middle of, you know, talking to her, and then I just said, Vicky, I got to go. And I started, you know, losing it right there, and I think she heard some of that. I don't know. Vicky, if you're still there, you can verify that. It was a bad time. And it only got worse until it got better. And what it was is they called it an acute kidney injury. Well, what they did